I just wanted to show what a nice, fine Cuban ash this cigar is producing right now. That's a perfect example of a Cuban ash. That carbonization at the edge of the foot there is a telltale sign, along with that flaking and that dark charcoaly appearance. Beautiful. Look how oily that cigar is. Beautiful. Alright, so we're back, and I am thoroughly enjoying this one. I tried to wait for the fucking oil burner to go off, man, but if I don't know, it just keeps going and going. If it doesn't, you know, by the time it goes off, this cigar will be a nub. So, alright, it'll go off now in the 2 minutes, watch. But anyway, we are well into our second third, and, well, you know, halfway into our second third. We're nearing the halfway point of the cigar, pretty much. We got a really funky Cuban ash going on here, man. It's just like really black and charcoaly, and it's really, really good looking, to me anyway. And, flavors have really deepened. There's a kind of a citrusy characteristic that if it gets in the back of your mouth and kind of toward the nasal cavity, you get like this kind of citrusy note, you know. Very, very floral through the nose, and overall a dense woody flavor, again with a lot of salt and a lot of tobacco, just good Cuban tobacco flavor there. Knockout cigar so far. Knockout cigar. Strong, but not overpowering. I'm not like, oh, I don't get, you know, if I smoke a cigar like some of these triple Ajero cigars that are really strong on an empty stomach, I'll get a little queasy. You know, only if I haven't eaten for hours, you know. But the main thing that happens to me is not really the queasiness or the headache or the headiness some people get. You know, I smoke a lot of tobacco. What does happen though, if a cigar is too strong, I start to get like this, I don't know how to describe it, like a almost like a burning in my not my chest, but right over, almost like heartburn, but it feels a little different than heartburn. It's kind of weird, but that to me is a sign of a cigar just being too strong, and it's creating maybe some sort of acid reflux or something going on. But this isn't doing that. I feel very comfortable. I'm gonna ash over here now. I just wanted to show that to you. It's making a really nice ash. I did have to give it one little touch up, and it, you know, it was burning a little uneven, so I let it sit for a minute, and picked it up, started puffing it, and then it started tunneling a little, just a little, you know. It was kind of burning on the inside, and I was puffing, and I didn't want to start, like, sometimes you can give it a good couple of puffs and you'll see it start to relight around the edges, but when that doesn't happen, you don't want to just keep puffing, because the next thing you know is a hole burning open up down over here. So once I realized that, you know what, the middle is lit and the outside has started to go out, I just took a match and put it and just gave it a quick relight and burned off a little bit, touched it up. It's nice and straight now, no big deal. But just great, very nice draw, just a little bit of resistance, you know, gives you a nice pull, lets you get a lot of smoke, and that twang is really just getting deeper and deeper. It's there, and you can just feel it. You just keep sensing it, but it keeps getting deep, like a lower kind of thing, and overall just tastes fantastic. You know, when I'm not puffing on the cigar, just smelling the aroma is just so good. I was just walking through these clouds of smoke, and it's just like sweet floral woody bliss. It's just nothing like it. It's like you can instantly smell that smoke and know that's a Cuban cigar, man, you know? Really nice. Funny thing is, you know, you're smoking a cigar, you go like that, you can get a sense of the bouquet. But a lot of times, if you're smoking a cigar and the room you got a lot of smoke in it and everything, you walk through it, you don't really sense an aroma in the smoke because you're smoking the cigar, so you can't really smell it. You know what I mean? It's almost like saying, like, if you're drinking alcohol, you can't smell it on somebody's breath because it's all over you. So, but even though I'm smoking this cigar, when I walk through these clouds of smoke and I'm breathing, I can smell all these fragrances. They're just so rich with great aroma. And that tells me that the aroma is a lot different from what I'm getting, you know, on the palate. It's just a really odd thing. And cigars never cease to surprise me. And that's why the D4 is legendary. Because this is a staple brand. It's a standard brand. It's a standard production. It's a standard release brand. Widely available, global market. And yet it never fails to, you know, impress me when I get a really good one. Obviously, I got to get some more of these things. See? Just, wow. Great. I really got to get some more of these things. You know, I got 2 left. We're going to be doing that 1 review a day kind of thing. So, you know, because this is so good right now that if I wasn't doing the reviews, I'd probably burn through those 2. I'd probably smoke 1 later tonight and then 1 tomorrow and they'd be gone. But we're going to be doing the 1 a day thing. So hopefully they'll sit there for a little while. When I'm really craving a D4, I have it. And in the meantime, I can kind of search out another box. You got another box. Personally, I would get my D4s from Whole Cuban Cigars again. Why not? I would just email them and say, look, last time I got a box from you, a couple of years, 2 years ago, I placed it, you know, because they have my credit card, so they know, which brings something up. So I would just say, listen, I owe a box. They were 2009. I just want to know if you have anything that is a little older than what, because on the standard stock list right now, they have D4s 2013. You know, probably good, but not 2009 D4s, that's for sure. They don't have the age on them. So I'll ask them, do you have any? If not, I would still get them from them, because obviously the quality of the cigars they're getting, from what I
That's what I like
about Whole Cuban Cigars too, because they give you the box dates, you know, and you can email them for a stock list, which is a good idea if you're going to order, because sometimes there are a few little things on the stock list, maybe some older boxes, whatever, that aren't on the website. So always ask for a stock list before you order. And they take MasterCard, which is like, nobody fucking takes MasterCard. Hardly. England, sites in England, nobody takes MasterCard really in Switzerland. So that's a good thing. You know, a lot of people have that problem. They need to use MasterCard. If you have a Citibank account, you probably have a debit card that's MasterCard. If you have a Chase account, you probably have Visa. So it's different. And I have, you know, my account, I need to use MasterCard. I do have a Visa also, luckily, but I don't have American Express, which is a lot of, like Cigar One, still to this day, they only take American Express from you know, certain customers, only American Express and bank transfers. It is a real annoying hassle, and it's an extra like $40 per transfer. It's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I gotta pay the bank who's holding my money $40 to be able to use my money. Get the fuck out of here. They just don't want my money going out of their bank to some other foreign bank where they can't control it anymore. Ridiculous. I bet you I don't have to pay them $40 if I want to transfer my funds to a customer with another Citibank. I wonder about that. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever. That's not the fucking subject. We're talking about Cuban cigars, and we're talking about the Partagas Serie D4, which we're reviewing. And right now, it's pretty much doing what it's been doing, what I just said before. It's remaining in this same kind of state. We're definitely halfway through now, but still in the second third. Delicious. All right. We're into our last third now, and just going to remove this band because it's getting a little close. When I'm alone. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I just forget the band's on. I just leave it and I'm smoking a cigar. When I'm reviewing a cigar, I'm leave it on for a little while so you know what it is, but I tend to just remove it when it gets in the way. You know? If it's bothering me in any way, I'll just take it off. If it's there and I'm just, whatever, I don't really care. You know, so... Big thick clouds. big thick clouds, and flavor is getting really deep now. I'm getting a very, very, very dense, earthy flavor with some kind of like, I want to call it almost like a toffee kind of flavor, toffee or toffee nougat kind of delicious, but very, very earthy. And that spice, that little spice, has been constant throughout the cigar, but has not really grown. It hasn't, gotten really, really spicy or anything yet. But we are definitely down into the strong part of the cigar here, that's for sure. Whew. Very good. Very good. Very good. So this is I think I'm going to really enjoy the whole Cigar Day challenge. I'm sure a lot of you are out there saying, oh, there's no fucking way. I mean, even if you get to 100, that's like, because trust me, it's not even about smoking a cigar a day all year. Anyone can do that. I mean, that's fucking fun. The hard part is smoking a cigar every day and then finding time to edit all the videos and put up a review, at least a decent one anyway. So I give a lot of props to anybody out there who owns a website and manages to get, new content on it every day or even every other day. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It really is. It takes a lot of time and patience to make a really good website. Right now I'm concentrating solely, as most of you have seen, on the videos on the YouTube page. I think that's the best way to really build up more of a fan base and find more people who are interested in what I'm interested in and like the show and everything. And then we'll get back to managing at some point, managing the website, throwing up things that other people want to see, like pictures and written reviews, so you don't have to watch a whole video if you don't feel like it. Just get to the fucking point. But a lot of people email me and tell me, hey, I love it. I love the thing. I sit down. A lot of times I'll smoke a cigar while I'm watching whatever, fake or fine, blah blah blah. So I figure now it'd be even better if you can smoke a cigar with me. When I post these reviews tonight, and I'll do my best to, but at least I got the cigar in today. So I will definitely try to find out what I'm going to smoke tomorrow first. So if you have it in your collection, or you can run out to the cigar shop and you want to smoke it while you watch the review or whatever, you can do that. And then, like I said, in a few different places on the YouTube channel, I said at some point very soon I will get a list together, at least a week's worth of cigars, so you don't have to run out the next day. That way, if you feel like, because some people had the idea, like, we want to watch a cigar review and smoke that cigar and compare it and whatever. And some people said, I like the length of your reviews because I like the idea of smoking a cigar while watching the review. I thought that was pretty cool. So obviously you want to be smoking the same cigar so you're on the same page. Surprisingly cool smoke still for this part of the cigar. Overall, I mean, this thing is great in every area. The only thing I would say is I had a little bit of a burn thing, and a few times it started to tunnel in a little, and then it worked itself out. And once I had to take the lighter back to it and get it going. Other than that, really, really, really good. You've also seen I've been giving ratings of out of 10 because I want to keep it simple. But there is a system. And I'll show it to you. Actually, we can go over it right now very quickly. So, since we're going to be doing 365 reviews, you better know what I'm basing my points on, right? I didn't want to make it too overly complex. A lot of cigars, therefore, a lot of cigars are probably going to get the same number. Because, if you look at a cigar aficionado at the way they're rated, a lot of cigars fall into 88 to 92, right? And then the high ones are like 93 to 96, 97, and then after 97, it's starting to become legendary. You know, few cigars get rated lower than an 85. You know, I mean, I've never seen a cigar rated at 70 something, right? So if you use a scoring point out of 10 instead of 100, a lot of cigars are going to end up in the, you know, probably 7, 8, 9 range, I would say. 6 has got to be a pretty bad cigar, and 10 is obviously a fucking perfect cigar. Anyway, I'll explain the system to you real quick. Twang throughout. It's actually seeming to reverse a little and get more citrusy again, more twangy. On top of that real deep earthiness that's happening right now. As you can see, you know, the thing is burning a little funky, but that's a Cuban cigar for you. It's not a perfect ring all the way around, but it's not a problem either, you know. And I just want to show that so people see it. I really don't care. I've never cared if it was a perfect ring or not. There are people out there who are like obsessive with their cigar burn, you know, with the way the cigar is burning. Touch up every little nick and thing, and that does nothing but, you know, damage your cigar, you know, and keep carbonizing parts of the wrapper. Therefore, really changing the flavor a lot. If you keep taking the torch to it, burning things off, it's not developing the way it should, you know. So I hate having to do that. I would say this is a very deep, dank, wet, earthy flavor, you know, like, but not that would be mud, right? No, it's not muddy at all. These notes are very distinct, very distinct. You know, you have your citrusy twang, you have your woody notes in the middle, and you have your really deep, earthy base. And then something in there that's like kind of like a toffee nougat, you know. Anyway, the scoring system is based on 9 different things, and they are appearance, construction, draw, aroma, bouquet. That's 1. Pre-draw flavor, overall flavor, balance, complexity, and burn. And that's 9 things. There is 1 overall flavor that gets up to 2 points. Each one of these things can get a 0, a 0.5, or a 1. So, you know, 0 is terrible, bad, not available, missing. 0.5 is good, acceptable, but not, you know, not really desirable, not great. And 1 is great, very good. So, for instance, like a burn. Let's take burn, for instance. So in that case, burn, if you have a burn that's acceptable, it doesn't kill the enjoyment of the cigar, but there are some issues, it's a 0.5. If you have a burn that you don't have to touch up at all, the cigar burns like it should all the way through, even if it's not perfectly, it gets a 1. If you have a burn that constantly keeps going out, or one side canoes all the way up, or you need to touch the thing up constantly, it gets a 0. And it's as simple as that. Flavor can get 2 points because it's the most important aspect of a cigar. If you have a cigar with bad flavor, you really don't have a cigar. You just have, you know, you could have a fake cigar that has bad flavor, and it's not a cigar, it's a bunch of banana leaves. So flavor is very, very important. You can't really base a point on strength because strength is relative, and it should be, you know, what it should be. It's either mild, medium, full, mild to medium, you know, so you can't really base a point on strength. That's, you know, it's, people like different strengths. That's relative to anybody. But flavor you kind of can, because even though flavor is relative and one person might prefer one flavor over another, there is such a thing as good flavor, you know, whether or not you really like it, but it's a good flavor, or a bad flavor, like, you know, bitter, or, you know, hints of ammonia, or stuff like that. So